After JJ McCarthy went into Detroit and beat the Lions this past Sunday, social media has been killing this guy over the last couple of days. And coming up on today's show, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why everyone will be wrong about Vikings quarterback JJ McCarthy. What's going on, everyone? My name is Patrick Seatman. You are watching Vikings Now. So I want to start off with a couple of tweets here. And it was a Vikings Twitter account. They tweeted the video of JJ McCarthy after the game in the locker room when Kevin O'Connell, he was hyping it up, telling JJ, saying, hey, the guys in this locker room, they're going to ride for you. They're going to go to war with you. And McCarthy, you looked like he was in a trance. He was looking at KOC. He looked like a dog foaming at the mouth, ready to go fetch a chew toy. He was ready to go. You saw how locked in he was. And these are some of the quote tweets saying, I love this sport a ton, but it's amazing how much of it is performative. So clearly just a hating tweet on JJ McCarthy coming in from a Bears fan. But then an Ohio State fan decided to tune in. This had a lot of traction on social media. Also, all these tweets that I'm showing you guys, they have all gotten over 100,000 views on Twitter. So he said this, bro did this after 140 yards. LOL. Oh, he also had 3 touchdowns. Also had the game-winning throw on 3rd and 5 in Detroit in his 3rd ever career start. So another ludicrous hater tweet. And then a Michigan State fan, as you see, we're seeing a trend here, saying this dude is legitimately the most cringe athlete I have ever seen. So a Bears fan, an Ohio State fan, and a Michigan State fan are all ripping JJ McCarthy. Well, those are 3 teams that JJ McCarthy has never lost to. Kind of see the trend there. And for people saying this is performative or JJ McCarthy's acting for the cameras, number one, JJ McCarthy doesn't give a damn about the cameras. He doesn't give a damn about what I say about him, and he sure as hell doesn't give a damn about some random Twitter account trying to rip him to get likes and interactions. And I promise you, going to high school with the kid, he has been this way since he was 14 years old. He has been a psycho, unreal competitor since he was a freshman in high school. He's always had this in him. But he may be saying, well, Patrick, what if he is acting a little bit? Offensive guard Will Fries, when asked about JJ McCarthy and that alter ego he has, saying this, it's real. The look in his eyes doesn't waver from snap 1 to snap 65. The intensity, the moxie. You just believe that he can make something happen at any time. So Will Fries is saying it, but hey, NFL fans 767 on Twitter, they know more about the Vikings starting quarterback than the freaking offensive guard. It is truly some of the most ludicrous stuff I've seen floated out there on social media over the last couple of weeks. I absolutely love it because you know what? JJ McCarthy wouldn't be getting hated on if he wasn't winning football games, and that's exactly what he has done so far in just 3 career starts, and he's going to continue to do it and continue to prove people wrong. So if you guys want to show JJ McCarthy some love, give me those 9s down below. Even some Vikings fans are saying it's a cringy act, and listen, you can call it cringy, you can call it whatever you want, but it's just who he is. It is in his DNA. He's not faking it. I think that is absolutely ludicrous. So if you guys want to show him some love, give me those 9s down below. And no, listen, here's just a thought for people. Maybe JJ McCarthy is just a psycho competitor, and he goes into a trance on game day. And, that happens with a lot of these all-time great athletes. And that's not all athletes, because some all-time great athletes are like Kawhi Leonard, where they're more like soft-spoken. They want to keep to themselves, not show a lot of emotion on game day. Well, JJ McCarthy is the opposite of that. He wears his emotions on his sleeves. He wants to be, fully in the game and fully feeling every single emotion. That's just who he is. It's in his DNA. And can the kid celebrate a divisional win? Like, he just went into Detroit in his 3rd ever career start as a 9.5-point underdog and beat a Lions team that the Vikings have yet to beat on the road in the Kevin O'Connell era. So all this hate, all this noise around him, you know what it's going to do? It's just going to keep on building that chip on that kid's shoulder. And he has been ridiculed. He has been hated on since his days, even dating back to Michigan, where people were saying, they were cheating. He's a handoff merchant. Then when he was coming out of the draft, people were doubting him. Then people were saying the Vikings soft benched him, which is one of the worst takes ever. And now people are saying he is faking it for the cameras. He's a fake demon, whatever the hell that means the kids are saying nowadays. It's just absolutely insane. But JJ, he was asked about his alter ego. He did not bring this up in the press conference. He was asked by a reporter, and this is what he said. He says, for me, I call him 9. 9 comes out, and I got to understand, okay, he can't be at his peak performance throughout 3.5 hours. So how do I find little ways on the sideline to get back to my breath, get back to my visualization, that kind of maintain that intense competitive stamina throughout the whole game? But yeah, It's just your pure will and determination to get the job done. And people who are clowning him for saying this, you guys are just straight up fools. Like, I think it's absolutely ludicrous. And plus, it's just loser shit. Like, you are ridiculing a 22-year-old kid for how he just treats himself on game day. And also, if you have a problem with JJ McCarthy having an alter ego, you have never played competitive sports in your life. And that's not me saying people who have all played competitive sports, they have an alter ego, but some of the all-time greats do. And listen, I was kind of a lunatic when I was playing back in the day. And I also had teammates who were very good, who were not lunatics, who kept to themselves. But to just say that JJ is faking it and to say that he is playing it up for the cameras, it is just some loser stuff where you have never truly been in a locker room where you have some teammates who truly do act like that. Like, not all athletes do, but some of them do. And, another Michigan quarterback did the exact same thing. This dude turned into a psychopath on game day. Brady was the exact same way. Now, did he come out and say he called it his alter ego 12, which, I'm not trying to argue here if JJ McCarthy calling his alter ego 9 or calling it cringy or calling himself 9, is it cringy or not? I don't really give a shit. But Tom Brady did the same thing. He entered a trance on game days, and every all-time great athlete truly does have an alter ego when they step on the field. Like, you have to kind of get lost in that trance. And for people looking it up, like, Patrick Mahomes had a quote from last training camp where he called it like Petty Patrick, talking about when he was out there on the football field, where he wants to be petty and he wants to give it to the opponents. So all these guys, whatever they have to do to get themselves ready for a 60-minute battle out there on the football field, that's what they got to do. So stop killing the kid for it. It's embarrassing. You got grown-ass men out there who are 40 to 50 years old ridiculing a 22-year-old kid doing more in his life in 22 years than they have done in the entire life here on this planet. But also, I love how polarizing JJ is. Like, I think this is a great thing for Vikings fans. Like, I truly do believe that because finally we have a quarterback who's got some freaking moxie, who's got some dog. Like Sam Darnold, he was a different type of guy. Sam Darnold's a great quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year, but he didn't have that moxie. He didn't have that polarization around him, and especially Kirk Cousins definitely did not have that polarization around his name, but JJ is just that. So let me ask you guys this. Is JJ McCarthy the most hated on QB in the NFL? Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. I'm still going to say no to this question, but he is on a short list. I think still guys like Jalen Hurts, he gets too much hate for what he's done in the league. And listen, JJ still hasn't done anything. He's only played in 3 games. He's 2-0 in the division, both on the road. He's done a little bit, but I'm going to still probably say no to this question. But if you guys disagree with me, let me know your thoughts down below. Now, we'll get to more on McCarthy here in a second, but today's episode is brought to you guys by Prize Picks. Now, the hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Now, Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks. I mean, you can pick up to the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. And for example, if you guys want to take more on JJ McCarthy's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns this weekend against the Baltimore Ravens, well, now you can't pick all of them in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. And you guys can also check out this new feature where it allows you to follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or to someone whose picks you like. Hit that follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. So I'll have this link for you guys in the comment section and description of today's show. But download the Prize Picks app today, plug in promo code CLNS, get hooked up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. But shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, since another topic of conversation around JJ McCarthy is, his stats. Look at his EPA per play. Look at his completion percentage. Enough. When the biggest moments in the game arrive, he plays his best football. This was an example of it. You're up 17-14, more than halfway through the third quarter, on the road in Detroit. No Justin Jefferson on this play. What does J.J. McCarthy do? He takes it over. Rolls out to his right, puts a move on Anzalone, runs right by him. He could have put Brian Branch in the dirt on this play. It was actually a funny clip of him coming up to the sideline to Josh McCown. He was saying, I was about to boom his ass. And then McCown was saying, you are not allowed to boom anybody. I thought that was a pretty funny moment. But then JJ finished the job, got in the end zone, started to hit the gritty. So again, Everybody complaining. Oh, he only threw for 150 yards. His completion percentage wasn't that good. What was his EPA per play? EPA my ass. This kid, in the biggest moments, plays his best football, and the best example of that was on the 3rd and 5 to close this thing out. In Detroit, playing your division rival, a place you haven't won since 2020. If you don't pick this up, the Detroit Lions probably win this football game. But what does Kevin O'Connell do? He puts the ball in the hands of his franchise quarterback. JJ drops back. Great protection up front. Shout out to Brian O'Neill for dirty Nathan Hutchinson. And JJ McCarthy delivers an absolute strike to Jalen Naylor. Right on the money. Naylor makes a hell of a catch. But again, KOC knows this. The guys in the locker room know this. When you are late in the fourth quarter and you need to make winning football plays, he is going to do that. And I fully mean this. And the only sport where this is acceptable is baseball. When you hop in the analytics sheet and you hop in the spreadsheets, I think that is fine. But I have seen this go too far in the NBA, and it's starting to come over in the NFL, and it's driving me crazy. These guys, and I'm not saying it doesn't have any value at all. Like, I think EPA is a fine stat, estimated points added per play. Like, I think it's fine. But these spreadsheet and analytical nerds are ruining sports social media coverage because that's all they view it as. Like, they don't actually watch these games. They just look at the spreadsheet. They see, oh, JJ McCarthy, he's 35th in EPA per play in the NFL. He must not be playing good football. There is something about, like, when just the biggest moments of every game arrive where, like, they should be more weighted in those advanced analytics, but they're not. And also, like, let's just say if you're, I don't know, Tyler Shuck of the New Orleans Saints, and you're down 27-10 to the Los Angeles Rams, they're playing soft zone coverage. It's weighted the exact same compared to JJ McCarthy on a 3rd and 5 late in the game against Detroit. Like, just all those analytics are starting to ruin how people cover sports and starting to ruin how we view some of these athletes. Now, I say all that to say this. Vikings fans, we do need to be patient with JJ. By no means did he play a perfect game against the Detroit Lions. He left a lot of meat on that bone, but he also showed a lot of flashes. He had some ridiculous throws throughout that game. He closed the game out, and he needs to play better, but I'm very confident he will. Like, this kid's going to continue to grow. We have seen him grow already so much in just 3 career starts. And for everybody hating on him, you may not see it now, but in a couple weeks maybe it's a couple months, or even if you're the biggest hater in the world, maybe it'll take you a couple years. But you will see it eventually. I promise you that. I just don't know why. I really don't. Like, he's such a likable kid, and this kid's polarizing. And, listen, honestly, JJ doesn't give a shit about it, and maybe I shouldn't either, but it just kind of gets under my skin a little bit. People not realizing what he has done. So if you guys made it to the end of today's show, give me those skulls down below in the comment section. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you guys next time. Appreciate you guys for watching. As always, Skull Vikes.